What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. SPK.
May I help you, sir?
Kick the beat. I just want to start off by saying that I have a lot of love for my brother Sonetter TV. I just do. You know, he's a platform that has brought a lot of people in the community together. Especially a lot of people like, Brother Taharka Bay and the North American Moorish. My boy JB was able to meet him, and we from Del Paso Heights, so Captain Tazariak, the Pan-African community, the Christian pastors, nobody has done what Sonetter has done. But unfortunately, with some of the good comes the bad. And what we're seeing right now against Sonetter is that Sonetter has made a lot of enemies over the years. I think with a lot of the religious war content that he's done, and maybe it wasn't intentional, but over the years, Sonetter has made some mistakes, which the reason why he's getting a lot of this slack with the whole Brother Polight situation, and this is what it is. And so, if you guys know, Sonetter is a platform that exposes people in the black community to stuff. Let them tell their story, let them build. As we say, that's how we found Hassan Campbell. It's how many people found Dr. Umar Johnson, Sarah Sutin Seti, Young Pharaoh. The list goes on, right? 2018, Brother Polight and Sonetter had a fallout. Now, at this time, and I'm giving you the sped up version, Brother Polight was huge, all right? He had pretty much was on his high horse. He was saying that, he's tired of the hood, he going to bigger things. Pretty much dissing where he was coming from, and he had relocated, I believe, to Hollywood. So the Polight that you see today is what he was becoming in 2018, which was a totally different person from what we knew him as. He wasn't the intellectual. He was becoming, Polight the pimp, Polight the player, Polight too short, And there was some discussion about Polight running off with somebody's younger daughter. And that younger daughter had some relationship to Sonetter. I don't know if it was one of his cousins or something like that. Sonetter was the one that came out and said that he has some form of evidence that Polight was doing this. And at the time, Brother Polight and his fan base and people in the conscious community, and I remember this vividly. I didn't say anything about it because at that time I wasn't dealing with a lot of global black community content. I was just I was consuming it. I was dealing with only the manosphere at that time. But a lot of people was coming out calling Sonetter haters. He was jealous of Polight. Polight was bigger than him. Polight was stronger than him. And these are some of the things that Polight was saying, like, hey, without me, you're not doing too well. I'm the real talent here. And the community kind of kept forcing Sonetter to squash the beef. Now, I want to tell you guys, as much as you guys don't think that YouTube or social media or content creator politics are there, they exist, okay? Content creator politics are huge, man, on Black YouTube. And I even mentioned this about Fresh and Fit. I talked about them. A lot of things at Fresh and Fit that I saw them doing before I had the information I had, just, but you can't say anything. Because if you say anything, fan bases will turn against you, calling you a hater. Like if I had called out Fresh and Fit like 3 or 4 months ago, I would have lost like 40,000 subscribers. Or lost some subscribers behind it. Because y'all would have looked at me as becoming a hater. All right? So when Sonetter took his stance, that's what everybody else did. So it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So Sonetter went back to, kicking it with Polight because they was making money, right? I mean, they was doing debates, they was doing all type of stuff. So they went back into, they squashed their beef. I don't know if Polight said that wasn't true, and Sonetter said, okay, it wasn't true, and that was it. Now Polight and Sonetter have been working together, not as much as before, but they had started back, and everything was, the beef was ended, and they was back on the money train, or back on the building train, or back on the collaboration train. And then when Polight get busted for this, everybody starts coming for Sonetter. Most notably, there was Irene Yvette, there was Brother Q Butter, there was Cynthia G, there was Nyla Says, there was Taz, and it was a bunch of people that was really, coming at Sonetter for being involved with the Brother Polight thing. And Sonetter's response to it was, wow, like I'm shocked because Y'all are some of the people that I helped, like Michi X. I believe he mentioned her. You know, like y'all are some of the people that when the manosphere was coming hard for you, banging on you, you guys came to my platform. And then with Q Butter, he said that, you know, he had helped Q Butter get some electronic equipment. And again, I love Q Butter. I love what he does. I know him and Senator have been having a beef for a long time. And again, that's content creator politics, right? You respect two people that have a beef with each other before you even knew either one of them. See, you guys don't understand how this shit works. It's crazy, right? So you have that thing going on right now, and now everybody is coming for Sonnetter. And one of the things that Sonnetter, in my opinion, shouldn't have did is get into this little war thing right now. Because now here come the trolls, right? Now here come, you know, a lot of additional stuff. And, you know, Sonnetter is not perfect, man. Sonnetter makes mistakes. I make mistakes, right? You make mistakes in your relationships to content creators. Like I was out there vouching for Fresh and Fit and didn't know. So it can happen. But one thing I will say about, you know, the brother Sonnetter, and a lot of times we look at the bad that people do. I want you guys to realize, man, how much Sonnetter has meant to this community. Not only just the content community, but even communities like the manosphere. You know, the black content creator space. You know, Sonnetter kind of laid the roadmap for how collaboration should be done. And he really built a really strong community. And what happens if you don't have a house of consciousness? And what happens if you don't have platforms like that? I think there's a way to deal with our brother if you want to deal with him. But I think that Sonnetter, if we're going to give anybody a pass, it should be him because of what he's done for this community. You can say good, you can say bad, but nobody does the sort of work that he does. You know, does he do some stuff? Sonnetter does a lot of shit that I don't like, personally. I mean, I'll call him and tell him that. But Sonnetter, you know, like I said, Sonnetter was doing what the people wanted. The people didn't want Sonnetter banging on Polight. It would just be like me and Kevin Samuels get into it, or me and Obsidian get into it. What are y'all gonna say? Y'all need to squash that. No matter what evidence I had or whatever, you know, for the most part, our allegations, I would say, a lot of people will want to say that because that was the case with, you know, me and other content creators, right? When you have a beef and you don't know who's telling the truth, the community wants to see you guys squash it and be cool. You know, if I had a beef with Pocket Watching with JT or the lead attorney or any of the JR Wisdom or something, or if I had somebody that y'all really love, you know, like Bernard Riley, everybody would be like, nah, man, y'all need to like come together, man. This is the manosphere. Like, what are y'all doing? It's the same thing with the conscious community. So I know there was a lot of pressure for him to be cool with Polight again. And Polight's fan base had got stronger, you know, and so they was calling out Sonnetter, calling him a hater. But Polight and Sonnetter did some great things together. So that's all I'm saying, guys. What do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.